welcome to the Drayway. I'm Drayton Nay. I'm your host. How's everybody doing? I got a great show for you today. You know, every single day there's a new show. So please stop by and check out the Drayway because we talk a little bit about everything every single day. One thing I can promise you, you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me. So let's get started. We got a good show today. Let's go! Welcome to the Drayway. Look, this is what we got to talk about today. We got to talk about Pam Bondi and why hasn't she resigned yet. Pam Bondi, if I was talking directly to her, I would be like, just step down. And Pam Bondi is trying to tell America. Pam Bondi's trying to tell everyone, yeah, the whole Epstein thing, it's over with. There's nothing to see here. Yep. No list, no anything. Let's just call it a day. No, Pam. Nobody is going to let that slide. Even Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, is like, no, we're not doing this. We're not going to bury this. We're not going to cover this up. But we all know why. You know, Donald Trump is like, why are we still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Oh, you mean your friend? Your friend that was that harmed hundreds of children? Yeah, and people that also took part in this, including you, Mr. President? Is that why you don't want any of this getting out? Because you're on the list? You were at the island many, many, many times. On the plane many, many, many times. Accused of being with young girls? Yeah, so you don't want to talk about it, huh? Well, the public doesn't want this buried. The public has the right to know. And it's just a shame that all these rich, famous people are being covered for. Because you should reap what you sow. And all these people need to be exposed. And Pam Bondi, you told us, you flat told us, I got it. I got everything on my desk. It's all on my desk. You know, I'm ready to come clean. I'm ready to release this, release that. And now suddenly you want to tell the world? Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. There's no list. I don't know what you're talking about. When everyone knows, Pam Bondi, there's a list. Everybody knows. Even Alan Jerkowitz, I call him Jerkowitz, but he's now even saying, you know, I can't come out with specific names because I'm under client privilege, but come on. Of course there's a list. Of course they have the list. Of course I've seen the list. So Pam Bondi, everybody knows you're lying. Everybody knows you're lying. And the whole country wants you to stop and do the right thing. Put out the names. Apparently a judge has to do it. Apparently a judge is going to release a partial list. But Pam, we all know that you have it. And I want to know why you're not coming clean. I want to know why. It's pretty bad when your own party, when the Republican Party is like, we're not doing this. You know, we're talking about the government not being corrupt. This is corruption at its purest form. And people aren't having it. Not on the left, not on the right. Because sometimes what's right is right. And the right has been talking about this all being exposed forever. They've been talking about exposing this whole thing forever. It's been all the podcasts, all the shows. The list needs to be publicized. The list needs to go out there. because these were accomplices. They were accomplices in what was taking place. And we got to do something about it. And you sitting by and just saying, oh, I nothing to see here, that's not going to fly with anyone. No one's going to be able to just live with that, Pam. That's why you have to come clean. That's why you have to tell the truth. The people deserve to know. And now you've got people within the government that are like, hey, if we're going to be this, if we're going to do this, if we're going to literally take the side of a guy that was a pedophile, if we're going to take the pedophile side, that's where I draw the line. Apparently, some people finally draw the line at supporting a pedophile. I don't know. I just don't know what it's going to take for the Republican Party to wake up. For the Republican Party to be like, no, this is too much for us. This is too much. We can't support this. We can't, don't you want to see that from the Republican Party? We wouldn't be in this mess if the Republican Party, if anybody in the party just had some guts to stand up and say, Mr. President, no, this isn't what we're going to do. We're not going to hold, every time we're not asked a Jeffrey Epstein question, we're not going to pretend like it's not important. People want to know. People want the facts, Mr. President. And the facts are going to come out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to come out. And Pam Bondi, listen to me from the bottom of my heart. Just resign, because you have no credibility at all. Absolutely none. I don't know anyone that would believe a single thing you have to say now. And the damage that you have done and trying to do this cover up and lying like this, the damage you have done, you need to go. You can't survive this. This is not something you can go just brush off and be like, oh, everything's going to be fine, because it's not. So Pam Bondi, please resign. And I mean resign today. I don't care that it's Saturday. Just call it a day. And don't come in for work for Monday. Because what you did is deceive the American people. American people that have been waiting for the truth. And now you're trying to lie right in their face. And it's not going to be accepted by either side, thank goodness. Welcome to the Drayway. Let me know what you guys think. You guys always have the best comments. Seriously, what do you think about this? Because this to me is just, enough's enough. Enough's enough. Let me know what you think. Part 2 to the Drayway coming up next. Oh my gosh. Somebody please tell me why Kristi Noem hasn't been fired. Why hasn't this woman been fired? She handled this whole episode horribly. I mean, the articles are everywhere. FEMA waited 3 days to send rescue crews. 3 days. How many people died because FEMA didn't send in crews for 3 days because Kristi Noem didn't approve the $100,000 expense? And I can go on and on. By the way, FEMA didn't answer phone calls. Yeah, thousands and thousands of phone calls were unable to be answered because they fired contractors. This is people, government works. Government works, but it doesn't work when you have people that don't believe in it. Why do you vote for Republicans to put them in office of government that they don't believe in? They say government doesn't work because they sabotage it. Those people in those Kirk County officials, people died because of them, because they didn't accept the money and do the sirens with the money. They didn't do what other counties did. And other counties didn't have dozens and dozens and dozens of people die because they had the sirens. They did the right thing. This county did not. These Republican officials screwed up This Kristi Noem is a joke, and people died because of her. People died because of her and because of Donald Trump put somebody like that in place, somebody that has no experience, no business doing it. And you know who suffers? The people of Texas suffer. Americans suffer. People die. This is why you do not put Republicans in charge of government. They don't think it works. But it does. Counties all around Kerr County, people are fine. Kerr County's the one that experienced all the damage. Why? Very simply. Very simply. Because they were too arrogant. They wouldn't take Democratic money. And because they didn't do their job, people died. And because Donald Trump put somebody in charge like Kristi Noem that has no idea what she's doing, rescuers were not put in place, phone calls were not answered, and people died. How many more died because of her complete incompetence? I don't know. But as the review goes through, as people start looking, going, wait a minute, why did this happen? This happened, this happened, this happened. They don't have any answers because they were incompetent. They didn't know what they were doing. They were in over their heads. And this is why I tell you, when you vote Republicans, you're voting to die. And you sit there and go, well, that's being dramatic, Drayton. That's being... No, we see it over and over again. Sorry. Let me try to get my composure back because I'm getting really, really angry. I'm getting angry because I keep seeing this over and over and over again. I keep seeing, the country start to do well, and then we put Republicans in place and they destroy everything because government's no good. And all they want to do is privatize it so people make money. It's always about money. They want to destroy government so that they can let businesses do it just so that there's profit and money to be made. And the United States government has gotten us to be, the number one country in the world because we had a strong government. We had a government that knew what it was doing and knew how to take care of the people. But we're not doing that now. Now we're putting people, Republicans, consistently back in power, and they destroy everything. And I'm just tired. I'm tired of it. I've been watching it for years, watching Republicans burn everything to the ground. Democrats have to come in and fix everything. Then Republicans burn it all to the ground. And I have to admit, I'm getting tired of it. I'm just tired. And I'm also getting older. So that's why I've said on here before, this is my last Republican president. The last one. Because there's no doubt that we're going to have a new president, a Democrat, next time. Because after this debacle, no one's going to vote for a Republican for any reason. Unless you're just a complete moron, no one's going to vote for a Republican again. Because the country is going to be in such bad shape. Yeah, there's no doubt there's going to be a Democrat. But the Democrat is going to have to spend years and years and years fixing all the damage from Donald Trump. And if the country consistently does, like I've said 1,000 times, the 90s were spectacular. Clinton as president was spectacular. We balanced the budget. The country was doing amazing. And we still didn't vote in his successor. We voted in a Republican who burnt everything to the ground. And I'm just getting tired of it. I'm just getting tired of it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't go anywhere. More Drayway to come. Part 3 coming up. Where is the economy going? Where is spending going? We have to talk about this because our economy is largely done on spending. Where is all this spending going to come from? Because the job market's getting tighter and tighter. And it's about to get a whole lot worse because over the next 6 months to a year, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of jobs are going bye-bye. Companies are laying people off because AI is doing their job now. Make no mistake about it. All the layoffs you're going to hear about in the next 6 months are because of AI. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Of course, they're not going to come out and just say, we don't need these 3,000 people because AI can do it. But that's exactly what's happening. So it is no more in the future. It's like happening now. And over the next 6 months, it's going to make a huge difference. And there's going to be tens of thousands of people off from their job. Where are they going to go? Where's all this spending going to come from? Tell me where all this, are people going to start buying houses? I don't think so. We're going further in debt. I don't see our interest rate going down anywhere. How are we going to lower interest rates? Who's going to buy our bonds at a lower interest rate? Who's going to do that? It's not happening. So interest rates aren't going anywhere. So where's all this spending going to come from? Someone needs to tell me where all the spending is going to come from, because that's what our economy is about. Our economy is about spending. And prices for everything are simply too high. For everything. Cars, way too high. Houses, way too high. There has to be a crash, folks. There has to be. There's just no more money to make. Families are already working 2 jobs. You got the wife working, you got the husband working, and now they're working 2 jobs. They are maxed out. There is no more time in the day. There is no more jobs they can work. They're maxed out. And a lot of people still aren't making it. Let me say that again. A lot of people still aren't making it. And the problem just continues to grow. And the problem is companies keep making more and more money, and they're simply not paying the wages. Wages should be in the 20s and 30s dollars an hour now. This stuff of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 bucks an hour doesn't pay for anything. $15 an hour? How are you going to survive on that? 40 hours? 600 bucks a week? $2,400 a month? And once taxes are taken out, $2,000 a month. Well, an apartment's $2,000 there. You just got an apartment. Now you have no insurance, no car, no food, no electricity, no nothing. So don't talk to me about $15 an hour. That's a joke. And if you have a college education, your salary should start at $50. Should start at $50. If you're college educated, 50 bucks times 40 hours is 2,000 bucks. You can actually have a life. You could actually survive. You could actually have things. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? But people aren't being paid $50 an hour. They're lucky if they get half that. So they get half the life, which for some is like no life at all, because a lot of people are just working their eyeballs out. They're just working and working and working and working. But people in America are maxed out. I'm telling you, they are maxed out. And that's why there is no other solution but a crash. There is none, because companies aren't going to start paying what they should pay. They haven't done it for 50 years, so they're certainly not going to start now. Think about it. Let me know what you think. That's the Drayway for today. Hey, hit the subscribe button. We're getting close to 40,000. I need your help. We're getting so close. Come on. Don't forget, there's a new Drayway each and every day. So I hope you stop by and see me. Check out the Drayway tomorrow. Have a great day today, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Drayway. Have a great day, everybody.